So there's a small YouTube channel named YouTube, and I'm just gonna get straight into this right away. The title's not clickbait, the thumbnail's not clickbait. YouTube is genuinely going to take your ID. I'm not even joking. I looked into the terms and service of it, and I looked at it real quick, and yeah, I'm just gonna say it right now. I think that YouTube is just trying to find an excuse to take people's IDs. So, before we continue, I just want to say, please do not go harassing anyone mentioned in the video if I ever mention anyone at all. Especially don't go harassing YouTube, that's just not going to make changes happen. And on top of that, everything I say is just my opinion at least. It's just my interpretation of what I've seen on the internet. This is all just for me to tell you guys what I have seen on the internet. I don't know everything for sure. I'm not qualified to speak on this. I just really want to talk about this because I'm really passionate about this. But I'm not qualified to speak on this since I don't know anything about YouTube's inner processes. So with that being said, let's begin. First of all, I just want to talk about YouTube and what they posted on their blog real quick. So under the section where it says how it works, it says, and I quote, "We will use AI to interpret a variety of signals that help us to determine whether or not a user is over or under 18. These signals include the types of videos a user is searching for, the categories of videos they have watched, or the longevity of the account." Now, I want to just go over this real quick because this is just really stupid, and it's kind of like a sneaky little pocket golem in the back where they sneak in the last part, the longevity of the account. YouTube was founded in February 14, 2005. And right now, as of August 6, 2025, this means that unless your account was created sometime around 2005 to 2007, unless your account was created then YouTube is basically going to be stealing your personal information in a sense. Well, not stealing, but like they'll just be yoinking that real quick and you're just going to begrudgingly have to give it over to them if you want to access YouTube services. And I have so many problems with that. Number one, this means that you're punishing people who did not create a YouTube account within the first 2 years of its existence. What if some random adult didn't trust YouTube until after 2007 to create a YouTube account? That just makes no sense. So you're basically going to be taking away everyone's IDs. Now, I personally have no problem handing over my ID, because eventually I'm going to have to anyways if I want to monetize my channel, which I won't for the longest amount of time, but I don't really mind handing that over because eventually I'm going to have to anyways. What really pisses me off even more is that by YouTube implementing these types of policies, they are actively encouraging children to watch porn. I'm not even joking. This is just my opinion, by the way, but here is my speculation. I believe that a lot more children are going to be flocking to porn. I'm not even joking. Because if you really think about it this way, YouTube is a platform that is meant to have appropriate content that anyone can watch at any time. It's all safe for work. None of it is inappropriate. And, open up a YouTube video, have a jolly good old time with your family. But then you have to get past this ID wall where you have to provide your government ID or credit card information, which I don't know. That's very invasive, by the way. I'm surprised they're not asking for my birth certificates or passports or anything like that. But yeah, so they hide all this appropriate content behind this ID wall, right? The supposedly appropriate content. YouTube is no saint either, but let's just say there's no inappropriate content on YouTube, but they just want to protect the kids, let's just say that. I can hop on right now as we speak. I click on the yes, I'm over 18 button, and then boom, I have access to all this porn. So porn is very easy to access. Let's be real here. You just Google up porn and then boom, you have a whole bunch of it right in front of you. But then when it comes to the appropriate content, it's locked behind an ID wall. So by YouTube making their content harder to access compared to porn, they are actively encouraging people to seek out porn because it is much easier to access than YouTube's regular videos. So, yeah, this makes no sense at all. YouTube doing this is actually, one, going to sink their company, which is going to ruin so many lives of content creators who depend on YouTube for their paychecks. And number two, YouTube is not going to make a lot of profit because not only do YouTube Premium members have to pay, give their ID, which is gonna piss them off, so they're probably gonna not pay for YouTube anymore. The people who do use YouTube and YouTube forcing ads upon those people, YouTube is not gonna get as much ad revenue because so many people are just not gonna use YouTube anymore. They're gonna flock over to Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram Reels. something like that isn't regular YouTube or regular long form content that isn't just regular Minecraft gameplay or whatever. This is just a crazy idea that YouTube's doing. Their goal makes sense. Their goal really does make sense because, as you've seen from my YouTube channel, from everything that I've been posting, YouTube has a lot of inappropriate content. So I understand what YouTube is trying to do. But YouTube actually doing what they're doing right now is, number one, the opposite of what I've always said. I've always said you should limit the access to porn instead of limiting the access to regular content. And number two, YouTube should actually just moderate their goddamn website. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be seeing a competitor to YouTube, and that competitor is not going to ask for people's IDs, and everyone is going to be flocking to the competitor instead of YouTube. But, I mean, if YouTube scraps this policy, then it would be the biggest save ever, because I don't think they understand the scope to which this would sink their company. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I really wanted to say. Overall, the way YouTube is executing this idea of protecting the kids is really bad. It's obviously going to sink their company. And not only that, they're going to be making porn more incentivized to be watched and consumed by children because it's just easier to access porn than it is to a YouTube video at this rate, which is very counterintuitive to YouTube's quote-unquote goals, which I'm pretty sure that YouTube's just trying to take our data to sell it. And sure, for me at least, I'll be forking over my ID to YouTube. That's fine because I think that I want to monetize this channel, and if they want my ID or anything like that, that's appropriate. I understand that. But to ask everyone else for their ID just because an AI marked them as under 18 when their account was created later than 2007, this makes no sense at all. And even then, YouTube was a bad website, I'm pretty sure, during 2005 to 2007. So I'm pretty sure it's reasonable that no one would want to create an account for that. So yeah. Overall, if YouTube actually does go through with this policy, I would not expect a lot of views on my channel anymore. I think my channel would actually just die out because YouTube is making it harder to access videos in general, and YouTube is just incentivizing porn even more. That's about it. That's all I really got to say. I hope you all have a good day, and bye.